All right, so I recently decided to try out the Platypus QuickDraw filter. And the first thing that I heard about the QuickDraw before buying it was that it's kind of difficult to get and it's kind of difficult to cash it on the warranty and whatnot. So yeah, I'll just tell you about my story. The first thing that I did was I bought the day filter because it kind of looked like the Be Free. And I purchased a Platypus bladder bag to go with it. And the filter and the bag did not fit each other. So I'll show you what happened when I unboxed that. All right, how's it going? I've got here in front of me the Platypus day cap replacement filter. And I've also got the Platypus bottle, the 2-liter. All right, both of these weigh 1 ounce. Let's see if this stuff goes together. I'm gonna open it up here. It's got the cap here. Cap does not fit. And yeah, they didn't fit. This filter didn't fit inside of the Platypus bag, which was a surprise. Okay, so I took the day filter from Platypus and the Platypus bladder and sent both of those back. As soon as I sent those back, I went ahead and ordered the Platypus QuickDraw filter with a Canuck bladder bag to go with it. The next day, I saw that Platypus had not processed the order and had not sent the QuickDraw. So I thought maybe there was something wrong with my order. I got in touch with Canuck and canceled the Canuck order. And I went back to the drawing board and I decided to order the day filter with the Nalgene cap, as well as this Nalgene 3-liter water bottle, okay? And after I ordered these 2 items, then I find out that Platypus is sending the QuickDraw. So I ended up with both. Now, each year, each backpacking season, I usually need another filter. So I thought this year, I'll just keep both. I ordered the Platypus Nalgene cap, the day cap filter, as well as the QuickDraw. So now I have 2. But I decided to just keep both because I usually always need a new filter. Each year, the one piece of backpacking gear that I need to replace is always the filter. First off, the Nalgene day cap from Platypus is a really fancy piece of lightweight backpacking gear. They don't sell it on the website. I had to go to Wild to buy it. Now that's normal. Usually when I want to buy something really high-end that I think they might have at REI, but maybe not, but I want to get a good one, I'll go to Wild, because at REI they have a really awesome return policy, but you might end up getting a piece of kit from them that was returned by somebody else. This is my water filter. I want to make sure it's a good one. I want to make sure it's a brand new one, not one that somebody else returned, because I want to make sure that there's no bleach or anything in here. So I was able to find it at Wild. Now right away, the advantage to the Platypus day filter is that it's wider than the Be Free. So in the world of filters, you've got the Sawyer Squeeze, okay, which fits on the Smart water bottle. You've got the Be Free, which fits on to the Gatorade water bottle, which I've got here. This is a Gatorade fitting right here. And then you've got the Platypus day filter, which is so wide that it fits onto the Nalgene bottle. And supposedly this filter is so wide that you can drink it like a Coca-Cola. Now what I found is that the flow rate on the Platypus day filter is very similar to the Be Free. So in my mind, I think a brand new Be Free is gonna have the same flow rate as the Platypus day. That's just from me, okay? So this is not necessarily the easiest, lightest, fastest, or cheapest filter that you can get. Now, is it better? I would say that the technology that's on the Sawyer, the Be Free, and the Platypus, they're all similar. The quality of the filter you're gonna get from all 3 companies is similar. The flow rate on the Platypus day cap is turning out to be similar to Be Free. The Be Free does fit onto a Gatorade bottle, which makes it a little bit easier to use. That you can buy the Canuck bag for the Be Free. This one fits onto the Nalgene bottle, making it not as light and fast, as quick and easy and inexpensive, etc., as the other guys. And the flow rate is kind of the same. As far as, is it easy to use? Yes, the filter seems to twist in and out of the day cap pretty easy. As far as the Nalgene bladder here, this 3-liter bladder that I got, I think that it's important to get a big bladder when you're filtering water, because sometimes the water can be really cold. If you're filtering water for your dinner and for going to bed, you're gonna want some water to drink. You're gonna want some water for your dinner. You're gonna want to have some water for your breakfast. Each time you go back to collect water, you're getting your hands wet and it might be really cold. The sun has already gone down. It's cold out. The water is melted snow. There is no escape from the cold. Your hands can get really cold. And it can be kind of treacherous to go back and forth getting water over and over again. So you want to get as big a bladder as possible. Now I went to the creek and filled up water with this bladder earlier today. I would recommend, if you're going to get water from a creek, you want to go as high up into the mountains as possible. You want to get above the roads and above the houses before you start collecting water. I found that with this bladder, the 3 liter from Nalgene, this handle works good for carrying the water, but not necessarily for gathering the water, because the water needs to go into this area. So I found myself using the cap as a handle and trying to fill water while I'm holding onto the cap. And I was only able to put about 2 liters of water in here, and this is a 3 liter water bottle. Okay, so now that's the issue. Each one of these water bottles is 1.5 liters. I'm gonna wanna fill like 3 of them. That's 4.5 liters of water, and this is only 3. I'm only about able to get like 2 liters in at a time. So that means I'm gonna be filling this water bottle with water at the creek twice each time I get water, because I wanna filter about 3 of these each time I get water. Now, as far as ease of use, yeah, the flow rate is quick. I was able to get a very nice flow rate with the day cap from Platypus, and I've also got the QuickDraw as a backup. The QuickDraw does have some added features, all right? The idea is that if you're in freezing conditions and you want to keep this in your sleeping bag with you so that it doesn't freeze, you can close the whole entire thing up so that no water leaks out and it doesn't get water into your sleeping bag. So this has a cap that opens up like this, but the cap also comes off, okay? All right, and the back also comes off. It kind of has its own threading where you can thread it onto water bottles that are provided by Platypus as well. All right, now it comes with an additional cap, and this thing comes apart also. So you take off the top, put this one on. Okay, now this thing is still sealed up. It's got another cap, and this cap has got a rubber stopper in there that falls out. Okay, you want to be careful with this thing. All right, and that's so that you can thread it onto more than one water bottle. You put it on the top of your dirty water bottle, you put your clean water bottle on top. You can put this into your chest pocket on your backpack and kind of latch it on with some shock cord to your shoulder, and you can be filtering water while you hike. All right, so it has all of these extra features, all these added features to it. Now I'm gonna keep this one new. When you're using a water filter, they have a tendency to work well if you keep them damp. If you're hiking from Mexico to Canada and you're living out of it and you keep it damp all the time, the thing has a pretty good track record, whether you're using the Sawyer squeeze, etc. They have a tendency to work good if they stay damp. If you're using it for seasonal backpacking, once they dry out, you try to use it again, they start to clog, etc. Which is why having the maximum flow rate possible is an advantage. So, as I use this from time to time, if I don't keep it damp all the time, the chances of it working for me are more likely if there's a huge flow rate, if it's big. Now, as far as drinking your water, the easiest way to drink your water is to make it taste good. Okay, so, there's a very good likelihood that the water that you're filtering is not going to taste great. Not only that, but it's essential that you get that water into your belly so that you don't suffer from dehydration. A phenomenon needs to take place called osmosis for your body to absorb water. So in your belly, there needs to be an electrical charge that allows the H2O to pass through the membrane of your belly into your bloodstream, or else you're not going to absorb any of that water anyway. And that's what electrolytes do, but they also flavor the water, making it a lot easier to drink because it tastes like fruit punch or Hawaiian punch, etc. This is Hawaiian punch. It's called Alani Nui, and it has 200 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is like 3 Starbucks. So if you were to make yourself a cup of instant Starbucks coffee, you would need to drink 3 of them to get this much caffeine into your system. Now, you might not always want caffeine in your water. If you don't want caffeine, another good electrolyte to get is Prime. Prime is usually inexpensive and easy to get, and it makes your water taste like fruit punch. All right, so what I would eat for breakfast, basically, is Keto Chow, this one, the strawberry cream with the pink slushy Alani Nui. I'll mix these two together. The berry taste with the other berry taste tastes really good. And I'll eat that for breakfast, and I'll get 200 milligrams of caffeine into my system as well as electrolytes. And this is a meal right here, so I won't get hungry until the next meal. and it works pretty easy. The only thing is that it takes a long time for the powder to get absorbed into the water and turn into a shake. So I would make it at night and then go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll just grab it and drink it, okay? And I'll show you how I make it. All right, so this stuff, it can stick to the bottom of your bottle, and it can also stick into the bottle cap. The powder can just collect and not mix in with the water. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water into the water bottle first. All right, I'm gonna filter some water. All right. Now, it's extremely difficult to get this powder into the bottle, so I'm gonna try to make myself a little funnel here. Okay, this stuff gets all over the place. Let's see how much of it I can get into the bottle. So you can see it gets all over the place. It's very difficult to get the powder into the bottle, but if you get this stuff in there, you'll be glad you did because it tastes good. All right, now I'm gonna filter some more water and fill it about halfway and shake it up. I was able to get that Keto Chow for about $6.50 from Walmart with free shipping. And I just picked up that Alani Nui from Target. And the whole box cost about 10 bucks. And I think it has 10 of them in there. All right, now I'm gonna shake it up like that. And I'm also gonna check the cap to make sure the cap isn't full of powder. All right, so you can see how the powder isn't collected at the bottom and the powder isn't collected on the top. I'm gonna add the caffeine. All right. Now another brand that I use is called Scratch Labs. Scratch Labs, you can't mix it with anything. It will bond to whatever else is in there and kind of make like little kernels of sand that feel like wax. Scratch Lab is a lot weirder than Keto Chow. When it is dissolving, it turns into a gel that has a consistency like very, very sticky glue, and it sticks to anything else that you put in there. You can't mix it with anything, so it's standalone by itself. And if you make it in a smaller bottle, like this one, like this 16-ounce bottle, it'll have the consistency like gel. It kind of turns into like a gel or something like that. The bottle needs to have these 45-degree diagonal ridges on it. That right there is enough to mix the powder into the water. Otherwise, you might get your powder to be really clumpy. It might clump up at the bottom, it can clump up at the top. But if you have these diagonal ridges on there, that's all you need to get the water and the powder to mix together. And with Scratch Labs, another issue is that if you're not paying attention to it, it can actually glue the top of your bottle on. So like so I'm gonna dump this in there. All right, yeah, maybe a little more. So the stuff gets all over the place. It's very difficult to make. All right, it gets all over. Okay. And now that's food right there. Okay, I'm gonna add the water. All right, and you can see how it isn't mixing with the water very easily at all. It's difficult to mix. You want these diagonal ridges to help you mix it up. All right, and now that's turning into gel right now. Okay, I'm gonna add some more water. All right, now that's food. I can, if I drink this before bed, I won't be hungry until the next day. This will be my breakfast. It's got 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. It's the strawberry cream Keto Chow with the pink the pink slushy Alani Nui. And then this one is the strawberry scratch labs right here, or raspberry scratch labs.